For the most part, being self-employed has major tax advantages compared to being an employee. For example, if you use 25% of your home for your office, you can deduct 25% of your mortgage payment or rent as a business expense. Home office deductions also include the same percentage of your utilities, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and maintenance costs. You should also include a bathroom in your calculation of the percentage of your home that is being used for business. The IRS expects that your home office will need facilities too. Office furniture, equipment, and supplies are also tax deductible. Another tax advantage of being self-employed is that you can deduct all of your medical, dental, and long-term care insurance premiums for you, your spouse, and dependents. In comparison, if you're an employee, you can only deduct medical expenses that exceed 7.5% of your gross income. Self-employment has even more tax perks. For example, if you're self-employed, you can also deduct 50% of your meal and entertainment expenses as long as you conduct business with the person you're entertaining. So long as you keep good records and save your receipts, you can potentially deduct 50% of your golf game, including your meal, beverages, and tips. Same goes for when you take a client to a sporting event. Being able to deduct your automobile expenses is another benefit of being self-employed. As long as your trip is business related, it's tax deductible. So when you take your next trip to Costco, remember to purchase at least one item for your business. When it comes time to pay your taxes, you can either take the standard mileage rate, which is 55.5 cents per mile in 2012, and multiply it by the number of business miles, or calculate the percentage of miles driven that were business related and use it to figure out the percentage of car expenses that are tax deductible. Another tax advantage the self-employed have that their employed brethren don't is the potential to deduct 100% of their travel expenses. If your business trip involves an overnight stay, you can also deduct 50% of your meals. Please note that if your trip combines business and pleasure, you will need to sort out with your CPA what is deductible and what isn't. One very big tax advantage of being self-employed is that you can potentially defer taxes on a much greater portion of your income compared to someone that's employed. In 2013, if you're employed and you're not provided an employee-sponsored retirement plan, you can avoid paying taxes on $5,500 of your income that's placed in an IRA. If you're over 50, you can put away $6,500 in your IRA. Contrast this to the possibility of sheltering up to $51,000 that a self-employed individual can potentially shelter from taxes. This tax benefit gives someone who is self-employed a major leg up in decreasing their tax bill. It also enables them to pile up a much larger nest egg to spend in their retirement. Now, while we're talking about taxes, there is one disadvantage with being self-employed. When you're a regular employee, you pay 7.6% of your income in Social Security and Medicare taxes, and your employer pays the same amount. When you're self-employed, however, you're responsible for the entire amount. In 2013, this amounts to 15.3% of your self-employed income, up to $113,700. If your net earnings exceed $113,700, you continue to pay only the Medicare portion of the Social Security tax, which is 2.9%. The Medicare tax increases to 3.8% on net earnings in excess of $200,000 if you're filing individually, or $250,000 if you're filing a joint return. There are two income tax deductions that reduce the burden of added Social Security and Medicare taxes for the self-employed. First, your net earnings from self-employment are reduced by half of your total Social Security tax. Second, you can deduct half of your Social Security tax on your 1040 form. Therefore, if you're in a 25% federal tax bracket, you'd end up with an effective self-employment tax rate of only 12.36%, not 15.3%. This amounts to you having to pay an extra 4.71% tax compared to someone that has a regular job. In most cases, all the other tax deductions more than make up for this added tax. So if you're seriously contemplating forming your own business, I would recommend that you check out NewBusinessCreator.com. This website simplifies and condenses the important things you need to know to be successful in business. It also serves as a portal to a number of affiliated listing sites that enable you to obtain the capital, human resources, materials, and marketing systems that will be required to make your dreams a reality. So are you ready to make your dreams come true? Is it time to stop wishing and start planning for your new future? If so, you owe it to yourself to visit NewBusinessCreator.com. You have nothing to lose. Access to the site is totally free. Remember that access to all the listing sites for transforming your plans into reality can also be found in NewBusinessCreator.com. So the only name you need to know when you're looking for new business solutions is NewBusinessCreator.com. If you're looking for freelancer jobs, I would recommend that you check out EmployerPro.com. This site can also be used to find a management position or employment with either a startup company or a new business.